What up, cappers, gamblers, punters, hustlers, low baggers? Happy Thursday afternoon to all of you. NCAA football, NFL football, a few hours away, and then we need to get the cash rolling in. Thank you for watching Sportsbook Review. This is Betting with the Bag. September 26th. My goodness, it feels good to be here with you guys. Top set in the house. So I'm about to pull the trigger on Maryland under 30 plus 105. Oh, the Maryland game, first half. Wow. We've talked a lot about the Terrapins. Talked a lot about that situation so far this week. And I still have not made a move on Central Michigan, but I plan to do that very soon. We did get information straight from Teddy, that Central Michigan quarterback, good to go, ready to rock. Vinny Cornell in the house. We got Gio Mercedes ready to get to work. Says push that on that Milwaukee under. Yeah, that was disappointing, but I hit with the Rangers, and I bet it on the -1 line. So that made me feel good. There's DJ Big Boss in the house. Walla Walla Dose. There's Yellow. Jesus says, break us off with a little hockey preview like yesterday. I tell you what, I'm pumped, man. This is the time of year for us, man. This is the time of year for the show. You know, we get to NHL, we have football rolling, then we get NBA, and then we start eating, right? And it all keeps building. And then early November, Maxwell Smart on every day, giving us 80 games of breakdowns. I mean, that's as much fun as it gets. Yellow G's, I'm pumped. I'm ready to talk NHL. We can pull up some futures NHL, but we got a lot of work to do. We have Drew Martin joining us in 18 minutes. We moved Drew Martin from the Friday show to the Thursday show. The Friday show is packed now. There's no Anna Merrick breakdown in UFC this week or next week on Thursdays. They're going to be on Fridays. So our Friday's show going to be packed. So we've moved Drew Martin over. So we had him on Monday, Tuesday. Let's see what he's ready to pull the trigger on. Then we have Flash joining us. Can we, Rafa, give a sneak peek of what Flash has done on this show with his NFL record? Give him a sneak peek. Look at this. I mean, this is in 3 weeks of Flash, and it's spectacular. He's rolling. He's seeing things very clearly. He's making decisions on what he wants how he wants to handle each NFL week very early, and he's crushing it. Look at that. That's on this show. Plus 25.29 ROI in 3 weeks of action. Flash has been very, very good. Xavier Wayne in there says Eagles keep it close tonight. Hey, we saw Teddy covers on the Eagles. We've seen lots of guys on the Eagles. Now, Flash is not on the Eagles. We have a play of the day video for Thursday Night Football from Muhammad Joma. Muhammad Joma, undefeated with his play of the day videos. That's on the Thursday Nighter. Patrick Slay, Gio Mercedes, Don Corleone, S. Aaron, maybe in the house. We got Russell Gordy, Eagles money line. Look at the big balls on Russell Gordy. Big balls on Russell Gordy. Paco Healy says baseball just needs to go away. We are good. I know. I get it. Nelson Reynoso in us said Packers should be able to expose Philly secondary. Jamel Wright took Eagles +4, Memphis -11, and the full game over. There's Muhammad Joma, Navy team total over 20.5. Muhammad Joma coming to us live. Now, Muhammad, we had to cut your music off the top, man. We don't have the copyrights to play the music. Muhammad Joma always opens with music, and we have to cut it every time, man. There's Joe Anisi in the house. My guy Joe Anisi ready to rock. Mukla Flair says if you like Navy, take the halftime under. Yes, we got the vid, Muhammad. It's all good. Russell Gordy said, Jimmy, what up? MLB's over. Let's go. I love it. Ron Lofton, sorry for the Reds game under last night. Jimmy, 6 runs, top of the first. Shake my head. Don't worry, Ron Lofton. We cashed with the Brewers. And you know what? I mean, yeah, it's a pockmark on my show here, but I didn't realize that game was popping off during the show, so I didn't actually bet it. So, I said, you're doing bad in handicapping when the bets that you don't place are what's, keeping your head above water. It's ridiculous. Mr. Johnson says, we taking Philly +4. I'm not. There's Bookie Lover Q in the house. Cole Corleone, Xavier Wayne. DJ Big Boss says, I'm done with military teams. Astute Chaos. We got Steve in the house. Raymond Reichart. TJ Parks. Aaron Maybe. Raven in the Desert. Ricardo Gutierrez. There's Ron Crawford. Abba Zabba 78. Rem Most says Green Bay Packers girl, pick 6 girl is, I like her. Kate, can we get the, Rafa, for later, it doesn't need to be ready right now, but can we get the pick 6 women ready to pop up? Wouldn't mind get another look at them during this show. Is that something we can pop up for not right now, but just later in the show? At least when we got the guys in here. Dear Slayer Ski says, what up, Jimmy? My brother, Loback Familia, betting the over in Philly Green Bay. I wish I did when it was at 45. It was a lean. I just don't trust myself right now. Patrick Slate took Brewers alternative run line today. Great job. Now let's just quickly see. So we got 14 minutes before we're joined by Drew. Let's just see if I'm still in line, sort of still in line with this under. Philadelphia, Washington. Now, as I told you, I got 9.5 here on the show. I could have betted at 9, and I did not. Russell Gordy says, and you didn't bet it, so it means nothing. It still is embarrassing when I put my record up. Patrick Slay says, Jimmy, despite your MLB record, your breakdowns and insight have helped me a lot these past few weeks. Much love to you, Patrick Slay. That means a lot to me. Nelson Reynoso says, what has Philly done this season? Okay, we're going to have... And Bookie Lover Q saying, Russell, don't take the Eagles. Man, we know the size of Russell's balls. Let Russell going to be Russell. Russell going to do Russell. So I'm very excited about the show. I have a lot of fun when Flash comes on. He's destroying NFL football. And we have an appearance from Freddie Fortune coming on later. His giant, well, it was a four-game winning streak here on the show, but he called it a 10-game win. It actually was a 10-game of picks he was giving out in the office. But who cares what he gives out in the office? All right, and Brad Wynn says, how about them Eagles? Jimmy, look, I mean, we're looking at this spot right now, and I'm just going to go with Donnie's home team or no team. I'm just going to do that. I'm just doing too bad. I'm just perfect. Let's pull it out when we got our guy Flash in the house, but thank you for having that ready. Rafa on the 1s and 2s. Red Girl took Philly first 5 under, Texas money line, and Padres first 5. Great job. Absolutely great job. And Steve saying Joma is sharp. He is, and he's going to be on our show, and he's already given us a play. Navy team total over 20.5. Okay, well, let's get to work. Let's hammer these last few baseball games and see if we're going to make moves. And Jermel writes, so funny. Says, don't worry, your first 5 unders help me cash first 5 overs. Yeah, yeah, God, it hurts, man. It hurts. AM's right. Says office picks don't put money in my pocket, Fred. Yes, that is the truth. Okay, let's get to work here right now. And Mukla Flair says get Jacksonville money line a sap. I'm not. That scares me. We're going to talk NFL. Let's wait till we got Flash in the house. We're going to talk NFL. Let's start breaking down these last few baseball games we have ahead of us. And where do we start? We start with the Cubs and the Pirates. The Cubs and the Pirates. Let's take a look at the market moves, and let's take a look at all of this here. Cubbies, Pirates. Let's see what we're dealing with. Quintana, Musgrove. Quintana, am I logged in? Yes, I am. Quintana opened up at minus 122, as you'd expect. It is now minus 111. Musgrove is being very good against the Cubs. There's Big E in the house. Nice seeing Big E. Antoine Seymour ready to go. Triple K Marine coming off a 6-0. 6-0 in the Pick 6 contest and cashed in this Pick 6 contest. Great job. Okay, so everybody been backing the Pirates, and it's made a ton of sense. You're getting huge lines. Russell Gordy says Jags will not win in Denver. I'm on Denver minus 3. I thought that might go away, and we'll talk about that when Flash gets here. Okay. Rich G says Packers too easy. A lot of people feel that way. So let's take a look at these lineups. I want value when I'm taking the Pirates, and I don't know if you're getting it here. But I can understand you guys wanting to fade the Cubs. That makes sense. Let's see who we're dealing with. Kevin Newman, Frazier, Cabrera, Osuna, Reyes, Stallings, Elmore, Gonzalez. Going up against Kemp, Happ, Garcia, Caratini, Lucroy, Bodie, Russell, Elmore Jr. God, that's just awful. I mean, that's just, those are, look, I can understand you wanting, in handicapping, we want to put our foot on the throat of a team that's about dead. And we do that in the NHL all the time. I just don't know if I can do that here. And there's Ken Peacock in the house. Love seeing my guy Ken. I just don't know if I could do that here. I don't want to have a quantity of plays here. And I don't want to take either of these teams. Both these teams are bad to me. Quintana's been terrible. Musgrove's been good against the Cubs. I understand why you guys would take the Pirates, but I don't want to do it, and I'm not going to do it. Rich G says Broncos garbage. They certainly have looked garbage so far this year. Defense getting nothing. Chubb, Von Miller getting no attack. The pass rush is just being absent. But I find it difficult to believe that's going to stay. I find it difficult to believe it's going to stay. Keith Kaplan on the under Cubs game. Whose throat, Jimmy? You're right. It's the Cubs' throat. It's the Cubs' throat. Come on. Pittsburgh's going for a series sweep with a bunch of bums. We have Reckles Mary Gaming announced his Houston game over. Donkey Capping, wondering if there's any solid tennis prints. We have Prince in the City in the house. Ron KC fences under and dogs are 6-0 Thursday night in NFL football this year. Mook LaFleur says easy money, Jimmy. Obviously, that concerns me. Mama Jones says Broncos have played two tough teams last 2 weeks and battled. They smashed the Jags on them. That's how I see things are going to happen. There's Eric Jones in the house. Okay, so look, I'm not going to pick of these two terrible, terrible squads. Now, yeah, you have an advantage with Musgrove. Let's look at that lineup one last time. God, it's ugly. Kemp, Happ, Garcia, Caratini, Lucroy, Bodie, Russell, Almore. That's awful. That's awful. Newman, Frazier, Cabrera, Osuna, Reyes, Stallings, Elmore, Gonzalez. You have to think you have an advantage. You have to. There's Anthony Mastronardi. I hope you got the message I sent, Anthony. Sorry it took me so long to get to you, but I did hook up what we were talking about, the camera. All right, let's go over to Marlins, Mets, Yamamoto, Wheeler. Let's take a look at market moves there. Okay, good. On my way to that under in Washington. Yamamoto, Wheeler opening up at minus 249. There's been a 26-cent move. 26-cent move towards the New York Mets. This total opened up at 8 and is now at 8. Sorry, opened up at 8.5, now at 8. There are 8.5s on the board. Pinnacle, Inner Tops, 5 times, moved it down to 8. Yamamoto, Wheeler, I mean, look, Wheeler has his team's number, but minus 275, I'm not going to sit here with minus 275s. I'm just not going to do it. Mets look good. 10-3 win Wednesday night. Wheeler gave up 1 earned run over 7 innings last start against the Reds, 3-2. Look good. Prince of the City says, yeah, I'm here. People betting Eagles money line. Send your money to me. I will put the money to better use, like booze and broads. Love our guy, Prince of the City, man. God, it was, you talk about, because you never know, like, when you finally get to meet these guys you've been capping with, what they're going to be like. And God, Prince of the City's money in the bank. I love that guy. Got that guy for life. Yamamoto, 2 runs over 4 1/3. Look, yeah, I expect the Mets to win. Oh, nice. Anthony Mastronardi making the move from the parents' house and to the girlfriend's first apartment together. Oh, no, Anthony, but I did meet your girlfriend. She's cool as ice. So generally, I'd be like, uh-oh, but she's cool as ice. That sounds great, Anthony Mastronardi. Respect. Julian says, are you on the Eagles? The entire world's on them. No, I'm not. Look, I'm falling apart in NFL early. Last thing I'm going to do is hammer a Thursday nighter when I'm just not seeing things clearly. So I should have taken the over maybe at 45.5, but I'm happy I'm not even there. So, look, Marlins, Mets. I don't trust Yamamoto. Do we want to talk about a team total over? Let's see what we get at team total over. I'm going to stop looking at Heritage for the team totals. I wish Pinnacle had their old interface because I'm basically getting worse lines now on the show because I'm not even messing with the Pinnacle's interface. Let's see what we're doing. Marlins, Mets. See what the team total is here. For the Mets, it's over 4.5, minus 145. And look, I don't want a minus 1. There's Suchi in the house. We got Suchi and Prince of the City. So I'm sure they're going to pick some tennis winners. Jin Rummy says, booze and broads are overrated. And for selfish purposes, at least do something for a community. Steve says, whale capper on the Eagles. Man, you got whale capper on the Eagles. Teddy Covers on the Eagles. Lamont Williams says, any NHL picks today? Man, TikTok, we're almost there, Lamont, but no, I'm not going to hit preseason. All right, let's move on. Farouk, my guy Farouk says, I don't bet like I used to, but I still come and listen to your voice. Such excitement. My guy Farouk Islam. Don't worry, Farouk, our time is coming. NHL, NBA, NFL, NCAA football, and then Maxwell Smart will be on the show every day soon with NCAA basketball. All right, let's move on to Indians, White Sox. Savali, Cease has looked better. You guys know that I like him. This total opened at 9.5 is now at 9. Would have liked to have grabbed the 9.5, but that wasn't even that was available for 14 minutes. 14 minutes. Those of you who grabbed the 9.5, respect. Savali, Cease, I expect good starts from each of them. Indians, despite yesterday's loss, won 7 of 9, 11 of 15. Trailed the wildcard leading Rays by 2 games, the A's by 1.5. Savali limited the Tigers to 1 run, 4 hits. I mean, he's been excellent. Cease, been ugly this year, but looked better lately. 3 ERA and 4 September starts, 28 Ks in 21 innings. You know, I like these guys. I like both of these starters. Let's see what we're dealing with weather-wise in lineups. 69 Fahrenheit, clear, 6 miles per hour to left center. You know what the Indians do in the cold. Anthony Mastinardi says, going to need the show to be longer come college basketball season. You know what we'll do. And Raven in the desert like in the White Sox. You know what we'll do. Richie sending me all the Dylan Cease rookie cards. You know what we're going to do, Anthony Mastinardi, is the late show will be college basketball. So the early show will be NHL, NBA. Late show. So I will do NHL and NBA in the morning. Teddy Covers will come in 50 minutes into the show and do NCAA football. And then the late show will be college basketball. Yellow Jesus says, I should get an apartment with the White Sox pitching staff. Hey, at least they got cash. You're right. I do like them. And I'm sure I'm going to lose money on my futures on them next year. There's the main man, Lizo, in the house. Lizo, thank you for joining us. All right, look, I like these guys. I like these guys early. I think these pitchers can both get outs when we need them to. Let's look at the lineups for the Indians. Lindor, Mercado, Santana, Puig, Ramirez, Reyes, Freeman, Perez, Allen. For the White Sox, Sanchez, Anderson, Abreu, Makata, Collins, McCann, Palka, Engel, Cordell. Let's see what we're dealing with in the first 5 total here. Open at 5 minus 120. There's been no movement all day. Jay Money says no NBA on the late show. We're definitely going to need NBA on the late show, Jay. But we're also, I think a man like you, Jay, needs your own show. But you're right, because then how are we going to fix it in? You're right, that was a little short-sighted. But then maybe we could because you're going to give notice, maybe we could get you on in the morning shows. I don't know. We still got a lot to figure out, but you're right, that's not going to work. But there are going to be certain days, especially like Monday and Friday, where there's going to be very few college basketball games, so then we can focus on you coming on and giving NBA. Sorry, you're right. I got more to figure out there. Jay. But you need your own show, Jay, man. And we're working on getting him his own show. Remo says betting NHL in the mornings is dangerous because you're not guaranteed starting goalies. There's no doubt about that. Rem. There's no doubt about that. That's but we need to. See, Paco Ely says Jay needs his own show. We need more Jay money. Keith Kaplan says a lot of NBA moves and injuries late need NBA late show. Yeah. No, I agree. My main man, Lizo, says if you need anyone to cover tennis, I got you, Jimmy. Let me know. I got you, man. Lizo, if we got Lizo, Prince of the City, and Suchi, we need to get you guys on the show as well. No, Randy Lockhart, I'm not messing with preseason right now. Not messing it. All right, I'm going to make a move on this first 5 under. Cold, Chicago. God, I'm going to make a move on it. All right, let's see what I'm getting on this first 5 under. Here we go. First 5 under 5, minus 116 at bookmaker. Has there been any movement on this all day? Yeah, I mean, at one point, the under was getting hammered. No, actually, not true. Sorry, at one point, the over was getting hammered. But that came back. All right, my patented first 5. Natsunek just found out that Jay Money's actually Jesus. The world would be a better place. All right, here we go. First 5, under 5, minus 116. Indians, White Sox, I'm in. First edition on the Late Show. All right, Astros, Angels, we have Miley, Berea. Both pitchers have been trash. See what we're dealing with here. Full game, Astros, Angels. Sorry, we'll go to money lines and totals here at sportsbookreview.com, SBR odds page. Oh, God, give me the full game, please, before I lose my shit. All right, here we go. He says he's not Jesus. Opened at 10, now down to 9.5. Interesting market move. Miley opens up at minus 227. Wow, interesting. Let's take a look at these lineups in this spot. See if I can refresh, get an Astros lineup. Can I get one? I can't. But for the A's, Fletcher, Simmons, Pools, Calhoun, Smith, Ward, Goodwin, Cowart, and Hermosillo. That's an ugly, ugly lineup. Ugly, ugly lineup. Ugh. That's ugly. Steve loving the Astros over. Why do you think it's gone to the under? I don't really want to make a move into this market. Let's see when it did this. Oh, I guess it's been bouncing back and forth. Bouncing back and forth from 10 to 9.5. I wonder why they think there's going to be good pitching. Probably because people are going to be held out of the lineup. Yellow Jesus says the man quit his job. He should have his own show. I agree. Marco says where you can walk around without getting robbed. I'm not sure. I missed the beginning of that, but I'm assuming that's referring to me. Oh, that's funny. All right, look, I don't want to make a move on this Astros-Angels game. I don't want to back Miley. He's looked so bad of late. So Carlos Correa will not be in the lineup. He says he's going to be good to go. Miley has not looked good lately. Barria's looked awful. 1-8, 7.16 ERA since. But why is the market moving to the under? I mean, there's got to be models out there that say the under is in play. I'm not going to go against the market move. A's, Mariners, and maybe I should just maybe this should be the last first 5 under I make all year. Oh man, look at this. Those of you on the first 5 under in Philly, Washington are in trouble. Vargas, get us out of this. I'm not on the first 5 on the full game, but still. All right, Jeff Lewis coming in saying Arizona State money. We've been talking quite a lot about that this week. And then we have this A's-Mariners game. Let's get to that right now, A's-Mariners. And then we will give our guy, Drew Martin, a holler, get him on the show. Let's see what we're dealing with here in this last. So it looks like Hernandez is last. And Manaea's been spectacular. The Mariners haven't got a run. They got 1 run in that 3-game series. The under 9, I can't trust Felix, but his last start at home, in all honesty, they should get us this under. Paco Healy rallying for me to get out of Costa Rica. I like that. That sounds good. This has been very good for my life, coming down here and getting out of Parkdale when I needed to, but I hear you. I'm looking forward to be back, man. I hear you, Paco Healy. I hear you, Paco. I wish I could make those calls. Astute Chaos said, Jimmy said that was your last 5 under 5 weeks ago. I've got a disease. Russell Gordy says, Miley on the mound. We talked taking the over. I agree, Russell Gordy. Why do you think the market's gone to the under? Ooh, Alex Ramirez, Spidey play of the day. The Packers -4. We'll copy and paste my guy, Alex Ramirez. Spidey play of the day. Spidey's doing great, by the way. Those of you interested, doing excellent. Everybody's, the Refugio is doing great over there. Joe Anisi says, my boy King Felix ain't retiring, but he's going to get rocked. I agree, but, and Manaea's been so good. But how do you make money off this situation? There hasn't been movement toward, it wouldn't be it wouldn't blow my mind if Felix had an okay start, but I don't want anything to do with him. A's Mariners, look, Hernandez, Manaea's been so good. What are you going to take him on the -1.5 line? And the A's have not been covering any minus. The A's bats are ice cold. We had Guru Sports Bets tell us about it. So, look, I don't want him on the -1.5 line. I don't want him. Anthony Mastinardi says going head to head with Spidey. I get it. Look, I'm not going to make a move here. I'm not going to make a move here on the A's Mariners. Okay, so I've got one last. Hopefully this is my last first 5 under the season. I should pull out those numbers. It would just take hours. I should pull up those numbers and see just how bad I'm doing on the first 5 unders because they fell apart for me. But I'm on the first 5 under 5 -116 Indians White Sox. I expect Savali and Cease to give us nice starts here. AM says Seattle wins tonight, Mariners money line. Look, that's the type of play you make this time of year. Joanne Nisi, he just saw King Felix live in person in Baltimore, Camden. Says Felix will wake those A's bats, don't worry. Look, I don't want anything to do with it. I can't make a move. And yes, Red Girl's a must follow on Twitter. Must follow. Mally Mal says King Felix arm is dead. Oakland needs this game. Cuban Connect looking for NHL players, man. I can't wait to hook you up with them. All right, that's my only addition. That is my only addition. Let's see if Vargas can get out of this. My only addition right here. First 5 under 5. Raven and Dennis said just maybe M's win tonight. Yeah, I don't want to. Sweaty Butcher also on Green Bay -4. All right, so that is the MLB card. I cashed with the Rangers. Everything could fall apart on my under 9.5 here in Washington. I didn't bet it because there's only 9s available. There's my guy Cuban Connect in the house. Mally Mal liking the Dallas Stars under 5.5. God, I can't wait to watch the Dallas Stars in action with Pavelski on that first line. Julian says, did you come to Costa Rica because that guy with one ball and Tofino trying to jump you? No, man. Not scared of that guy, man. I left Parkdale just because those are pretty squalid conditions in Parkdale, man. Prince of the City says, me and Donnie both live here. He loves the Eagles and is on the other side. That's a good point. That is a good point here. All right, so that's my pretty boring situation I have in baseball right now. But I've hit with the Rangers. I'm on the under 9.5 in that Nationals game. Keep an eye on that right now. Yan Gomes, hopefully he'll mess this up. All right, and we're going to have Drew Martin here shortly. So that's my MLB card. I'm only adding that first 5 under 5 in the White Sox-Indians game. Will that be my last first 5 under 5 of the season? We shall see. Yeah, Julian, I'm sure if I ran into him, he'd try and jump me. Sure. Not applicable says Freddie and Larry have Jimmy's back. No worries. I think that is. Jesse Daly says Eagles win. Eagles win. All right, let's move on to college football. And the first thing I'm going to do now, just before we get our guy, Drew Martin, in the house, is I'm going to make my first move on this college football card. Last year, I thought a lot of things were coming clear when we were breaking games down. This year, I feel a little, not this year, last week. This week, I feel a little differently. But I am going to make my first move. I'm going to jump on Central Michigan at +17 at -102. That is available at 5 dimes. That's available. Al Brown says, might be time to come to Vegas, Jimmy. I think it is, Al. I think it's very, very soon. All right, first play on the NCAA football card. Central Mich +17 at -102. And I do have some interest in that over. Let's go to spreads and totals. I have some interest in that over right now. And it's dropped back down to 59.5 from 60. So we will talk more about that shortly. All right. Let's bring in our guy, Drew Martin. Drew Martin made the big move from Florida to Las Vegas, Nevada. And Drew Martin, so good. When I needed a guest for today's show, generally he's on our Friday shows, jumped over to our Thursday show to roll with us, and I'm very thankful to have him on this show. Drew Martin representing Las Vegas, Nevada, here to rock and roll with us on a Thursday afternoon. Drew Martin, how you doing, my guy?
Good, Jimmy, from the great state of Nevada. I'm not sure if our connection's really good right now, so let me know if it's not, man.
Sure, sounds good to me. Looks good. Yeah, we're getting thumbs up all around. Drew, I just jumped on Central Michigan +17. I've been following your action from our Monday and Tuesday card. Are there any spots that you've... So let's go over them, actually. Why don't we start? Let me pull up your info from earlier in the week. But is there any new moves that are on your radar?
Well, Navy-Memphis, not sure if I you put that one out on the show on Monday or Tuesday, but that's tonight's game, man, and it's coming on soon. There's a reason I'm on the show tonight, not tomorrow. This is one of them. We got a AAC matchup, and look, there's a big sentiment out there, don't lay points to the military academies because they shorten the game, they keep the ball on the ground, and there is something to that, absolutely. I feel that it's worked into the line. Last year, a lot of people pointing on the Memphis side towards, it was a close game, and before that, Navy had success in this series. But last year's game, Navy, was up in their territory. Plus the fact that, Jimmy, it was windy, it was rainy, the inclement weather, I felt really helped the Navy side. Tonight's matchup in the Liberty Bowl, mid 70s, clear skies, light wind. I think that really helps Memphis's passing attack. And if Navy, what we've seen from them in the past, if there is a deficiency, it is stopping the opposing passing game. And this is a bad matchup for him this year, I believe, just because Brady White can really spin it. They're averaging near 500 yards per game on offense. Plus the fact it's extra time to prepare for the option attack. I always feel that helps the defense, especially when you have an experienced defensive front. Memphis has 7 guys on the defensive line that have played multiple years, plus 4 guys at the linebacker position, a transfer from Auburn there. I think that they're kind of primed here to stop the option attack for Navy. And again, the extra preparation time with the new defensive coordinator from Marshall had good defenses over there. So I think it all points towards Memphis. Minus 11, it is double digits. I don't normally like to do that. I'm not doing anything crazy, not a huge bet, but a half a unit here on Memphis at home, Jimmy. Plus the fact Navy is a kind of tricky team to handicap this year. Just ECU and Holy Cross on their resume so far. So is Navy, back to the Navy of past? Are they still, in a little bit of a downswing here? It's kind of tough to tell. We'll expect a lot tonight, but I think a half a unit on Memphis minus 11 is worth a shot. I invested in it personally. That's what I recommend.
Drew, you were on Memphis on Monday, and come Thursday, you're still on Memphis. I respect that. What do you think about this total here? This total opened up at 55. It's now at 54.5 or 54. And we're seeing 53s, 53.5s all day. So this has gone up a full point. This went up a full point 1 hour ago, exactly 1 hour ago. What do you think of this total, Drew?
Totals with Navy and Army and Air Force, always a little tricky. I can't say I've had a lot of success with them, Jimmy. I usually stay away from them. I'm seeing it, trickle down a little bit. Not so sure if I agree with that. I would probably look towards the over, although the sentiment still with, taking Navy and plus the points. I guess you could correlate that with the under. If you're liking Navy, it's probably because they control the clock. They're grinding out first downs. They're shortening the game. So I would say an over bet is more correlated with Memphis, if you like that side, and an under bet more so with Navy. I like Memphis here. I bet on that. I didn't bet on the total. However, it would point me in the direction of over 53.5.
Muhammad Joma says, yeah, I'm worried Memphis scores, but I agree Navy probably covers. Got to like them to score at least 21 in that case. Then we have people back. So Muhammad Joma says probably the over. Steve says Navy will slow the clock. We got Memphis money in the house. Perfect guy to ask about this. He says, big Memphis fan, but hard to lay 11. CT Bays, our guy CT Bays says, I agree with Drew, Memphis minus 11. Bookie Lover Q says, Memphis, best defense in recent years. Paco Ely says, Memphis, let's go now, Drew. David Hutton, love David Hutton. My guy David Hutton says, like the over in this one. All right, and Keith Sadler liking Memphis in this spot. So it's, okay, so let's go from one military school to another military school. On Monday, you were liking Air Force minus 19. Air Force minus 19. And now we see some 18.5s and 19s on the board. 19.5 still a pinnacle. Has anything changed there? San Jose State Air Force.
I mean, Jimmy, other than San Jose State putting a pep rally on Tuesday night after they beat Arkansas, I don't know, man. It's just kind of like all signs are pointing towards Air Force other than laying double digits with a option attack. I just find it tough for, some of these G5 programs defensively to kind of go head to head, especially, having to travel all the way back out to California. They did that pep rally on campus after they beat Arkansas. I don't know, man. I think defending the option comes more down to, assignment football. And with the kind of hectic week, so to speak, for the Spartans defensively, I really think that points towards Air Force minus the 18.5 here. Now, I disagree with this half-point move towards San Jose State, but not a game, I went too heavy in. Just laying a lot of points is not something, I recommend in college football, you putting too much money on. But another half-unit bet, I didn't add anything to it, but yeah, I still like Air Force here at this number. You were also interested in your boys, University of Central Florida, going up against Connecticut, opening at minus 42.5, now minus 44. Now, I did put a question mark beside UCF, and I guess that's when I'm pitching your plays to Teddy. I guess that's why there's a question mark there. What do you think of UCF now? Market going with them up to 44, Drew. I like UCF. I bet just last night UCF minus 28 in the first half. Really because UConn, one of the worst programs in college football. UCF, coming off of their first loss in almost 3 years in the regular season. It was a tough loss for them, man. Especially the way it came down at the end. And you can just see this UCF program kind of taking it out on UConn. I wouldn't be surprised if this gets real ugly, 60, 70 to nothing. But it's in the bounce house. I think UCF obviously plays very well there. I would just lean people more towards the first half. That's what I bet as well just yesterday. Minus 28 because they do have Cincinnati on deck. And in terms of conference play, that's one of, if not the most important game for UCF going forward. So that is on deck. I could see him in the second half kind of calling off the dogs. But talent discrepancy, coaching discrepancy, and the home team, this is one that could get ugly. UCF big. And I decided to lay more on the first half, minus 28.
Makes sense. Makes absolute sense. Two of the spots Teddy did like that you were on were Louisiana Lafayette at -3. There's been no movement there, but this total's dropped fast from 16.5 to 55. He liked your Louisiana Lafayette play, and he liked your Akron UMass over spot. You still high on both of those looks?
Yeah, I didn't add anything to him, especially I really like that UMass over. Walt Bell at the offensive coordinator position, plus UMass defensively. UMass defense is in my opinion, the worst unit in all of Division I college football. So it's just very tough to bet them under. However, Akron doesn't score very much either. Tom R's first year as the head coach, Division III kind of wonder there. I would only advise I bet the over. Also, Louisiana Lafayette, Georgia Southern. Lafayette's have a lot of experience stopping, this option sort of attack, assignment football on defense. Plus the fact Louisiana, -3. It's a very talented program in the Sun Belt. Outside of App State, I think they're the most talented team in the Sun Belt, Jimmy. So, I'm still laying even on that Sun Belt matchup with Lafayette -3.
Then we have a couple looks. Oh, and the Akron UMass over. Is that still appeal?
I didn't add anything to it. I bet it off the opener with Circa's numbers here in Las Vegas. But 62.5, 63? Yeah, I don't have my openers in front of me, but yeah, I bet it at the open number.
All right, and then there was two other looks from Tuesday that you liked. USC Washington under 59.5 and the Virginia team total under in that big game against the Irish. You still like those looks?
Yeah, absolutely. USC versus Washington, I don't think they're going to get those 50-50 balls like they got against Utah. I think that USC getting the win, not that it was like a 2-out there win. It was just everything kind of went their way, so to speak. Moss going out. I don't know if it will go like that for them. It makes me look towards the Washington side, just not looking to lay, doubles there on the Huskies. I think that more so from a totals perspective, there's value here because both teams sub 70 plays per game, 69 and 68 respectively. I think that clock's going to be running with both teams keeping it on the ground as well. Washington can pass it better than in years past. The quarterback position has taken a step up. But still, I like the under in that one. And, University of Virginia team total, I like under. We just saw Notre Dame, Jimmy, in one of the most quality losses of the season, probably the most quality loss of the season, going between the hedges at night and going toe-to-toe with Georgia. Let's not forget, on that last drive, they were in the last drive, they could have won the game. I think you got to give your, tip of your cap towards Notre Dame. A lot of people like to hate on Notre Dame, but heck, that was a heck of a performance to go in there against one of the best teams in the country on their home field at night. And yardage standpoint, it was about even, and they were -1 turnover potential. So I'm looking to bet on Notre Dame. As far as lay it, I don't know. I think that it's more appealing to bet the Virginia team total under, just because they're more of a plodding offense, not necessarily a bad offense, just not really in giddy up mode. Plus the fact they kind of struggle throwing the ball downfield. So I like their team total under.
I like it. So that's a recap of what Drew was talking Monday and Tuesday. I also want to talk about some of your NFL looks. For that, I'd like to bring in Flash, but let's finish off some of your new looks in NCAA football. What is something that you weren't on Monday, Tuesday, but you've jumped on since? Or if there is anything.
Well, I was mostly going to spend, Thursday night and Friday kind of doing my NFL and sharpening up my college here. So let me just look through the list that I have. I guess, Cincinnati versus Marshall. I like Cincinnati here. I was kind of hoping it would get back to the 3 number. I hate laying the hook on the 3. I like the Bearcats team. Got them circled as bet on. FAU versus Charlotte in Conference USA. I think that's a fascinating handicap. FAU is a really tough team for me to kind of grasp, and I'm sure a lot of other handicappers out there that like the small conferences interested in the low bag opinion on FAU and Charlotte. FAU, in terms of quality losses, losing to Ohio State and UCF, Jimmy, and then coming back and beating Ball State. Like, where are they on that spectrum? That's a wide spectrum. Lane Kiffin, it's kind of interesting, him catching 1.5. I'm interested, but yet it's on the road against the Charlotte 49ers team that's been good out the gate. They went toe-to-toe with App State. Their offense looking really good. So I think there's arguments towards both sides and arguments towards the over. In the mid-60s, I could see both offenses having a lot of success. We got Texas Tech and Oklahoma, Jimmy. Texas Tech, their quarterback Bowman just went down. And at the same time, the backup, he got a lot of experience last year. One thing that I look for improvement in college football is like a backup quarterback that got playing time, didn't look that great, but then has an off season with the playing time to kind of improve on his game. A lot of times, I don't think the betting market kind of brings that in because they will perform better a lot of the time with the coaching in the off season. So at first I was looking for the Sooners to kind of blow them out, but with that kind of philosophy, I don't know. I might look for Texas Tech to have success offensively. Therefore, it would point me towards the over. And in Big 12, 70, it's high, but it's not that high. So Oklahoma, Texas Tech is one that I'm kind of debating on betting the over.
I like those looks. So Cincy, but you don't like the hook. And then Russell Gordy saying Cincy losing, Drew, so doesn't like that. Steve on the Western Michigan over. I just jumped on Central Michigan, so I'm interested in that over. And then Texas Tech over being interested. So what are you thinking about this FAU spot? We'll close the NCAA football portion of this show. But these Florida schools very, very well. What's your lean with this FAU spot?
Man, I wanted to go in and do a little bit more work before I kind of finalize it. And I know it's not great for the show content, but going a day early, I don't want to push anything. I'm definitely, I got circled bet on FAU, but I also got circled bet on Charlotte. So right now, if you made me decide, and I haven't finalized it, but I would be on the over of 64.5. Just got to check the weather. Both teams' tempo is there. And if there is a weakness on both teams, it is on the defensive side. So if you made me bet it right now, Jimmy, I'd be on the over of 64.5.
So leaning towards the over. Okay, sweet. Well, you have a couple looks in NFL from from Tuesday. Actually, we just have one. We have the Colts over. The Colts over. Is that still a look that you like here, the Colts Raiders over?
Yeah, I believe the stat was what teams that are winless are off of the 0-2 the past 2 weeks, going back like multiple years. The over in their games going forward is hitting at like over 70% in the NFL, and trends in the NFL is something that I bring into more so than college football, just because the discrepancy of talent level isn't as wide. So you can use the past stats more towards your advantage as a sports bettor. So it leans me towards the over of in the Indy Oakland game. But outside of that, I haven't really invested too much in this Sunday NFL card as of right now.
Well, I'm looking forward to hear what you decide to do. We've had some requests from the chat, that being our guy Paco Healy says, Drew, can you please share your Golden Nugget contest plays on Twitter again this week? That was getting a lot of love when you did that. So that's a request from our guy Paco Healy, whom we love dearly, dearly, dearly. What a treat it is, Drew. Thank you for jumping on the show last minute. That means so much to me. It's a great treat to have you on 3 days a week and get to know what you're on throughout the week. So I'll be following your Twitter very closely over the next 48 hours to see what other decisions you make. Drew, can you please let us know where we can find you on Twitter, and then tell us about your closing line show Saturday morning?
Yeah, absolutely. At Drew Martin Bets on Twitter. And yeah, Paco, I'll share it. I mean, I had a down week this past week, as you can tell on the Pick Six, which it kind of correlates with the Golden Nugget. Pick Six is the free contest with SBR. It's a lot of fun, guys. Unfortunately for me, haven't gotten off to a good start, but only an 18-game sample size, so don't jump on me too hard, please. Second half team anyway, but Pick Six in the Golden Nugget will likely correlate a lot there. So I'll share them both on Twitter at Drew Martin Bets. Always fun, guys, and best of luck with your bets out there. Closing line is on Saturday morning, 11 a.m. Eastern time. We got Big Ragu, DJ Big Boss, Ian Cameron, and myself breaking down all the late money movement, best bets as well, which have been good of late. So check out the show, 11 a.m. Eastern on the SBR YouTube channel. Always fun, Jimmy, and thanks for having me on, bro.
Oh, man, this meant a lot to me to have you jump on when America moved to Friday. So thank you so much, my friend. Enjoy Vegas. God, I wish I was going out with you tonight to watch these games. Man, I think this is a great move for you, going from Florida to Vegas, my guy. There he is, Drew
Get
Martin.
Out here soon, man.
Yeah.
Get out here. You got a place to stay.
Oh, you know.
Want.
You know I'm all over that. And I know a lot of comics, stand-up comics in the Vegas community as well. So something I want very, very badly. Much love to you, Drew Martin. Enjoy your night, my man.
All right, you too, Jimmy. Thanks, bro.
There he is, Drew Martin. And we go from Drew Martin to to bringing back on the man who's been eating in NFL. We opened the show by talking about how well he's doing in NFL and putting up his record. And he's here to rock with us right now. So please, low baggers everywhere, welcome to the show, our guy, Flash. Flash in action.
Hey, I'm glad you could fit me in. I was like in the doctor's waiting room. What's going on, man?
Not too much. How are you, my friend?
Yeah, I'm enjoying myself. We're getting into the thick of it now.
Yeah, we are.
The garbage have got to the bottom.
Yes, they have.
And now we're starting to lick the cream.
Jeez.
I've been hanging around your two mates too long. Hey, what's going on?
Jesus. Okay.
But the cream always rises to the top. That's the saying in England.
No, it's a saying everywhere.
Good,
it's a saying
good.
everywhere.
Like licking cream?
Why don't we start by showing this man's record, coming off a 5-1 week here on the show.
We said it'd be 5-1.
It was very, very impressive. There it is right there, 25.29 ROI. That's impressive.
Yeah, we knew it wouldn't be 6-0 because we're unlucky Alf. We got one wrong, didn't we?
Yeah, so unlucky. So unlucky.
We enjoyed ourselves. I'm glad that I was sitting next to you when I was winning.
Oh, it was a
you
rough
made me
weekend.
feel so much better.
It was such a rough weekend, man. It was such a rough weekend. Okay,
Go again.
Let's get right to work. We have a Thursday nighter. We have a Muhammad Joma video that will be coming on shortly. He's got to play on the Thursday nighter, and so do you. Not only is it your play, not only are you betting it, but it's also your 2-unit look in the Pick Six contest. Thursday night action, Philly, Green Bay. Flash, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, -4.5, I think, on the Pick Six. I've got -4 as well. Not that it really matters. I would have given up a touchdown here. I wanted to do this on Monday morning. I wasn't allowed to do it until Tuesday, but Monday morning for me, I just think that Green Bay are the real deal. I mean, all my selections this week are going to be what I think will be good playoff sides. So I think Rodgers gets to put up enough points. I mean, Philly are banged up. They are banged up. Even when they're not banged up, they don't catch anything. I mean, I just think it's a really, really soft spot. Now, sometimes in the game, it's a trap. I don't see 4, 5, 6 points being a trap here. I'm so happy to be on the Packers.
You have a sense of someone who sees things clearly by them locking in their action early in the week, and that's what you've been doing. You see your spots, you jump on them, and that's just a sign of seeing things clearly.
Well, analysis paralysis. I think that you can overlook into games, and then you find your ways. I mean, how many times do you look at a game, you know what you want to do, you don't do it, then you go elsewhere, and then you come back, and your first instinct comes true?
Yeah, no doubt about it. I'm not concerned about that in NFL just because of the cappers that I'm working with. Obviously, my record is not a nice indication of that helping, but I hear that. This is from Rem Most. Rem Most, beloved lowbagger, he says, I like Flash. Good picks, soothing accent, hates Freddie as much as we all do.
I detest him. Honest to God. He sleeps in with the dogs now, outside. In fact, I let the dog come in and sleep in Freddie's bed.
Okay, well, first look on the board. The Packers -4.5. What's next on your card, Flash?
Kansas going to be either Super Bowl, AFC, maybe runners-up for me. Got 6.5. I'm seeing these as they put up as many points as they want against the Lions side, who they beat me up last week. Let me down on week one when they took the foot off the gas. But for me, it's all about the offense of Kansas. I think they put up as many points as they like. I think they get maybe 2 clear. They force Stafford to start airing it out. And I just see Kansas comfortable. This is another one of them, 6.5. Remember I said to you on Sunday night when we had a little bit of a breather, give me the games for next week. And he went, Lions, Kansas. I went, -9. He went, 6.5. I was like, and that's the way it works. Yeah, if I think that it's 9 and it goes 6.5, then I'm happy to be with Kansas.
I get it. I'm close to making a move on Kansas first half. I have a bit of fear, and I do have a tiny bit of fear of a backdoor cover. Obviously, I just watched it when I was on Kansas, but I like your look, and I'm going to go ahead and make the move on Kansas first half. I just want to see Patricia create an offense that can go shot for shot with Kansas.
He's not good enough.
I agree. I'm going to make a move right now on Kansas first half at -3.5. It's not. There's no way there's going to come down to 3.
I love that.
So I'm getting a -3.5. I'm getting -115. That's at 5 times and bet 365. I'm already on the over 53.5. We'll talk about that in 1 second, but let me just lock this in. So that's my 5th play on the board. I've locked in Chiefs first half. I hope to be watching that game with you so we can celebrate glory together.
Can you give a bigger one? See, this is another thing that I like doing. When it's something like that, -3.5, I'd like to give it a -5 and get maybe a +120. Do they do that?
Oh yeah, you can easily do that.
You
can easily do that. Easily do that. I'm on the over 53.5. I got 54 in the contest. I'm on the over 53.5, and that's now at 55 across the board. What do you think about that total? Do you think I'm in good shape with the over there? Do you think the Lions are going to put up enough points?
There's your problem. I wouldn't go near the. I wouldn't go near the over. I mean, I don't know why people complicate it. Kansas under a touchdown to beat the Lions. I just don't see it. The Lions going to be able to go toe to toe with this offense.
The Chiefs' defense is bad. I mean, all you have is a honey badger out there in the secondary.
No, I agree. I agree with that. But I mean, you don't know what Lions are going to turn up. They seem so lethargic.
Not Stafford. I think Stafford wants to. Stafford went to high school with Kershaw down in San Diego,
and they do okay at home. I'm not going to talk myself out of it because I'm already in. But if there's one place that the Lions are okay, it is at home.
Yeah, we shall see. I like that the move's gone up to 55. Got it at 53.5 here. Okay, what's the third look on your card?
Atlanta against the Titans. I've got Atlanta at -4. I can't have the Titans. I've got to go by my convictions. I think that Matt Ryan puts points on the board. I just like the options. And when we've seen the Titans, I don't think they're going to put enough points on the board. I look at Atlanta and I think to myself, I'm going to be mid to high 20s here. That means that the Titans have got to be low 20s. No, thank you. I saw the Titans against the Jags. Jags are okay. Defense okay. So for me, it was another one of those jumped out. I mean, I did all mine on Monday evening. It was like I was ready for Tuesday morning. I was
You've
like,
seen things
come
clearly.
on, Atlanta. I think Atlanta, they smashed the Titans.
Yeah, I'm uncomfortable. These are the spots where the Titans play well. It's nuts what they've done historically. Well,
they're nearly men, aren't they?
But
they are nearly men.
We'll
just get beat by 4 instead of 8.
No, what I see with the Titans is when they're favorites, they lose.
Yeah.
When they're dogs, they can step up.
They're always dogs.
I would never call you off of that spot at all. And Michael Irvine says Mahomes in the dome, team total over first half and full game easy cover. So I like hearing that. And then our Cole Coleon says I can see that over easy, Jimmy.
I am liking that Kansas. That Kansas plays twitched me a bit.
The first half?
Yeah, because I've got some coinage to put down on some extra plays, and I'm going to go. I'm coming in.
You've been eating. Make America Great Again says Kershaw went to high school in Texas, not San Diego. Thank you, Make America Great Again. But he did go. It was Kershaw. Kershaw was in the same graduating class as Stafford. So for some reason, I thought that was San Diego. Am I wrong? Make America Great Again? Because they graduated together in the same class. For some reason, I thought that was San Diego. But okay, could you let? Is that so? I know that they graduated in the same class because we used to joke about nobody else in that graduating class getting any pussy with those two guys around. Okay, what's your next spot on the card?
You wouldn't want to be in a class with them then?
No, I would not.
You getting nothing?
Yeah, I would.
Lack, we used to call that. You're getting lack.
Yeah, I would be getting a lack. That is fact.
The Ravens, I thought they were excellent against Kansas. I thought two great sides. Sometimes when you lose, you can actually win. I mean, they went down with 5. I mean, how impressed were we with Jackson? I mean, even off balance, he was we were like that. Has he just thrown that there?
It was making me very upset.
And also, in this spot, again, this is another one of them. -6, I'm getting better than a touchdown. I'm like, come on, man. What is going on here? So Ravens -6. It was a no-brainer for me. I'm happy with Baltimore. And yeah, I'm going to do their money line as well with the 3 others that comes out at like +225. But I'll tweet that out to your people.
Yeah, I mean the Browns. There's no reason for the Browns to give you any faith. It's just that this is the best defense the Ravens are going to be seeing. You know, best defense the Ravens are going to be seeing. I mean, Myles Garrett. Every time I watch him, I'm like, this guy is getting better every single game. Aaron maybe bet the under in the Ravens-Browns game. What do you think about that total in the Ravens-Browns game?
What is it? 44, 45?
I find this extremely appealing. It opened at 46. It's now at 45. I find that under very appealing. I've not pulled the trigger on it. I don't trust my instincts right now. So
no, I like that.
Yeah.
No, I like it. Yeah, I don't see the Browns contributing enough. I mean, he had so many chances the other night, Mayfield, and he still couldn't find his holes.
What do you guys think about the under in that spot? Paul Taylor, the Sailors, is under in the Baltimore-Cleveland game. Looks too easy. I mean,
yeah, they're the traps. So they're the ones that we look at. We jump in and go, why don't we just take an extra couple of seconds? I mean, I'm rather just have a pop.
You're seeing things. I love the way you're handling NFL and the record.
Try not to complicate it. It will get more complicated as we go, and we have 2 like great matchups, and then I'll go for a prop rather than a spread.
Sure, but I mean, just keep doing what you're doing. It's rolling. Okay, I find this under very, very appealing. I'm going to take a little bit more time on it. Let's see, because it's gone from 46 to 45. Is there any fear that it moves to 44.5 right now?
Well, I've got like, I mean, we're looking at 28-16, 28-15 or something like that. So it's going to be right on the money, isn't it? You don't want to be sweating in the last 2 minutes. You've had enough of that to last you a good few weeks.
I have. Let's see what we're talking about here.
You've
with
been
the weather.
sweating like a fat girl in a cake shop.
And there's nothing wrong with fat girls in cake shops, man.
Well, they eat too much and your bill's too big.
But they fight the good fight, man. They look after you.
They do fight.
They look after you. 88 Fahrenheit, gorgeous in Baltimore. Partly cloudy, wind at 7 miles per hour. Okay, I'll stay off at this.
Yeah,
but Paul Taylor says there's low-hanging fruit here.
Yeah, but there is. Do you not think that the Ravens at -6 is low-hanging fruit?
No, I think this is a divisional battle. Look, I'm not going to take the Browns, but I think this is a battle. I think this is a grudge match. I think Myles Garrett is incredible. I think this Browns defense is going to, and we're waiting for their secondary to come back. I mean, they've got some spectacular defensive backs that are injured right now, and if they come back, if we know that that they're healthy, I will make a move on the under. But I'm going to be holding off.
Tranquilo, huh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Okay. What's next on your card?
Colts. First time with these boys. I've been really, really impressed. I mean, there's 2 sides that I've not been on them. I've watched. I've waited, and I said last week, for the foreseeable future, I am going to follow these. And Colts -6.5 against the Raiders. I'm thinking the Colts are a playoff side. How dangerous would they have been with Andrew Luck? But now I'm thinking to myself, if I can get again under a touchdown with against this side, I think this could be away and gone by the 3rd quarter. And you know what happens? We can just sit back and enjoy the 3rd quarter. I think this Raiders side are probably in the worst 4 or 5 sides, and I think the Colts are on the up, and I like them. -6.5 under a touchdown. Fill me boots.
Yeah. Mike Glass says if Denzel Ward plays, it's a different story. Mike Glass, do you have the last info on Ward? I'd love to know the last info on Ward because, man, I fell in love with him last year. I did Colts. The top set on the Colts over 44 on that there's going to be points. The Raiders look worse and
That's
worse.
a low number, that.
It's a low number.
That is a low
number.
number.
But the Raiders, the Colts are such a good football team, but they're dealing with injuries. Farshad Asami, 5-team teaser. I'm going to copy and paste that. Michael S. says Colts, Raiders over. There's no way I would touch
Under.
the Raiders, but now we're dealing with this different situation where the Colts are favored. The Colts are favored, and we have not seen that. We've not seen that.
Yeah, but again, this is a side that are on the up, and they're playing knowing that every week they gain that confidence. It's almost like that Belichick thing again of next man up. And you never, ever, ever want to go into a side that's struggling. You always want to go into a side that is on the up. They feel good about themselves. They do things right. And what you do in professional sport is you do things instinctively. You actually have out-of-body experiences where, Jesus, did I just do that? And all your mates are hugging you. So I'm loving the Colts.
Muhammad Juma and Guillermo Zertucci both think this is a trap game for the Colts because they have the Chiefs on deck in Week 5. I don't know if I'd go that far. Chris Sanitate asking if anyone knows if Ty Hilton will play. I mean, he's important. The issue is simple. We've seen them as a dog, and they've been extremely good.
Yeah.
And now we see them as a big favorite. And
Yeah, is it a trap? I'm going with my judgment of watching how they line up, the plays they play, and how efficiently they go about their business. Mm-hmm. And that's just the way it is. And then my next pick as well is it probably exactly the same. And I'm going by a team I picked last week, and I'm going against them this week. And I'm going with the Vikings money line. Oh no, I've got them both ways. I've gone Vikings getting 2.5 against Chicago. And I'm going to go money line as well with the Vikings. And the reason why, I just think the Vikings have got all the makings of a massive run into them playoffs. I really do. I think Trubisky had so much opportunities the other night, and yet it still took his defense to get them on the board. I think his arm was like lack. I think he was should have been hitting people's chests. He was hitting people's ankles, and it took big catches to continue drives. I think he had people wide open, and he was not hitting anywhere near. Well, let's not even go with the Chicago D, because they are what they are. But I said last week prior that if Washington get the ball, if he gets the ball out of his hands quick enough, he can do damage. Now, I know that they put points on the board once the game had gone and the horse had bolted, but I think the Vikings can beat Chicago.
Mohamed Joma says, I'm hammering the Vikes money line. As we speak, money coming in heavy on the Vikes. It's now down to 1.5 at Heritage, 2 everywhere else. Pinnacle still hanging the 2.5, but that opened with Chicago -3. Joe Martinez says, Flash is spot on. Mohamed Joma says, the only thing that worries me is they just don't beat good teams on the road. We know what Cousins' record is against teams over 500. What's like 5-24?
I mean, the under here screams, doesn't it?
It's so
it
low.
Screams. I know, that's the thing. I mean, what was it, 38, 40?
It's funny. It's actually gone. So the Jacksonville-Denver, so these were both very low totals. The Jacksonville-Denver total went up to 39. Now that's back at 38. This total opened at 38. It's exactly there at Pinnacle. It's exactly where it opened. But 5 dimes, Bookmaker, Heritage has gone up to 38.5. So is UHer. So is Bet365.
Yeah, you can see it being like a 22-16 or something like that, can't you? So you're going to be right on the money. No need to get involved. Just go Bucks. Go Vikings.
Well,
Freudian slip where I'm going next.
So those are the pick 6 spots.
Yes.
And you have an addition to your card that we're going to be having on the show. Let's hear it.
Yeah, I've gone with Bucks +9, plus 100. There was obviously 9.5. There was 10. I mean, I nudged you at 10.5. And I just dallied.
You did, and when we talked about it, and I immediately made the move.
You did well. You pressed the button. You did what I do, and I didn't do what I do. But the thing is, I was happy because what's the difference? 9, 10, 10.5. There's no difference for me. I'm happy with the Bucks getting 9, and I'm getting plus money, or I'm getting double money. So that's nailed in. By the way, that's done.
Yeah, there's our guy Bubbarito in the house. Bubbarito's birthday yesterday. Much love to our guy Bubbarito, representing New Orleans, man. Great guy Bubbarito. Wants to look on the Packers-Eagles game tonight. So we have added Flashes, Bucks +9. Okay, so you're perfect time, Barbarito. So what we're going to do right now, we're going to pop up Flash's action on the screen so you'll have an idea. His 2-unit play is on the Packers. So let's pop that up right now, Rafa. There is Flash's NFL action on this week's card. He's got 7 looks there. And Packers -4.5, -115 is his 2-unit play. So we'll go from Flash's NFL action. And we are then going to bring up a play of the day video from our Muhammad Joma. Muhammad Joma undefeated with his play of the day videos. Undefeated with his play of the day videos.
Well.
Yeah, he's looking good right now.
He started off with the Packers, didn't he?
And well, let's see what he's got. Yeah, he started off week. That was it. That was his first play. Was the week 1 Packers
away? It was a dog.
Yeah,
it's only a slight dog, but we were on.
Yeah, and he was also on Wisconsin. He's been rolling Wisconsin against Michigan in that spot. Rafa, could you please hit us with Muhammad Joma's play of the day for Thursday Night Football?
Come on, Packers.
What is up, guys? We're back here with another play of the day. Let's keep this thing rolling. Undefeated so far on these. Never satisfied. Always humble. Let's go. We're going to go to Thursday Night Football. Now, the matchup and the trend support this pick. Let's start with some of the trends. I'm not a big trend guy, but via Ralph Michaels, who's absolutely amazing. His database is second to none. Thursday night, home favorites, non-divisional games like we have here, 36 and 14 ATS, 72%. And in weeks 3 and 4, 3-0 teams, you might think they're not priced correctly, that they've exceeded their value. They're 17 and 9 ATS. So those top teams do still overperform the number that they're given in weeks 3 and 4. Now, matchup-wise, Philadelphia is 31st in defense against the pass. They've given up 350 yards per game. They're bottom 5 in QB pressures. This sets up completely perfectly for Rodgers to exploit a weaker secondary, to get right. He's been at home for 3 weeks. If you heard his press conference after the game against Denver, he said it was the cleanest his jersey had ever looked after a game. I think he's happy. I think he's ready to get on a roll. I expect that to happen here. Now, Green Bay's 3-0 ATS, but they're exceeding market expectation because the market is still not caught up. People are sleeping on this team. The secondary is elite. I said that before the Chicago game. King, Alexander, Savage, these guys are top notch. They're able to get pressure on the quarterback. Wentz is going to be in trouble tonight, especially without Jackson to take off the top. They're going to be able to focus on Ertz over the middle. What bothers me the most, guys, about this, and you got to take advantage of this, is that this line is short because there's so much disrespect still for this team. I don't know how many people I've listened to that I generally respect talk about how, they're taking Philadelphia because Green Bay is not a 4-0 team. That's all they said. I can't see this team being 4-0. They got lucky against Minnesota. Do these guys watch the games? Green Bay turned the ball over twice on the Minnesota 25, up 21-7. That game wasn't even close. They let Minnesota back in. That's on them. They won't do it here. Green Bay lays the lumber to Philadelphia. This line is short. That's what I love about betting. You can take advantage of the stupidity of the average person. Take Green Bay -4.5, and you can also take Rodgers completions over 21.5 as a bonus pick. Yeah. Thanks so much, guys. Check you later.
Well, I think there might be an announcement coming. I think Mr. Larry Frog.
Shut up already.
Do you gone all wrong on me?
Oh my God.
Don't you go all wrong? You're holding his hand?
Never.
Exactly. And you would never.
Like
Yes. What have you got to say?
First off,
Is there an echo?
I would like to say that I know that you can notice that we're wearing matching jeans. It is because me and Frederick, we are now best friends.
How best?
Shut up.
How best?
Yeah, how best?
You best
You
be
don't
on top,
talk-
boy.
don't
I
talk
taught you
about
well. You best be on top.
He's a really good friend of mine.
I've heard. I can see how good you are.
Yeah.
Who is this
Who
guy?
is this guy?
All right,
Who is
that's
this guy?
okay.
I want answers!
All right, this guy is destroying NFL and giving out winners on the show.
Congratulations, Mr.
Thank you, Larry. Thank you, Frog.
All right. Jay Peach says we go from serious business to these bozos.
These bozos? No, we're not bozos.
Bookie Lover says, oh, damn, Dumb and Dumber, my boys. So.
Oh, that's a movie.
All right, let's hear about some of your action. Freddie, your 10-game winning streak came to an end. Now, I did not believe it was a 10-game winning streak. You were giving those plays out in the office.
Thank you for
acknowledging
that I won 10 games in a row.
games in a row.
That's great. Thank you.
Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna leave.
I got some.
You know they didn't turn right. You know they went left. They weren't coming this way, were
Can
they?
I talk? Or
You can talk. That's one thing you can do is talk.
Thank you, Flashes.
Good, there you go.
Lashley.
Indian Pro Kabaddi.
Ah, I love that sport.
Yeah, you're
Come
big
on,
kabaddi.
yeah, kabaddi.
Yeah?
You know who I am.
Kabaddi.
You got to give us some. Give us some kabaddi. Come on, join the boys. Come on, just once. One
All right,
time.
okay, you guys, we're losing viewers. We're losing viewers. We're not losing viewers. Okay, I take that back.
You know, I hate the Gujarat Fortune Giants.
Yeah.
Okay, so
I'm
I'm on the Tamil
Tamil
over the Gujarat Fortune Giants.
Fortune Hands.
Giants.
Yeah, the tiger
I
badge
put
they've got.
115 at bet 365.
So we got Paco Healy says these cats are getting zero tail.
They are pussies.
He's a pussy.
Paul Taylor Sailor says, who invited these guys? Whose friends are they?
The man upstairs.
Like Randy says, what are we watching?
Kabaddi.
All right.
Can I throw your stuff?
No, you can't.
Yeah.
No, you can't. No, you can't.
It's
That's
the-
it. No.
Is it called an almanac, this?
No, it's not called an almanac.
Is it not an almanac? Or does
Viper
it
NB
have
has something
pages?
really nice to say about you guys. He says, I would be happy to never see these two again.
Okay. And anyway, what about the announcement? Is there a wedding coming up? No?
I just heard my finger.
He just heard him.
All right. Make America Great Again thinks you guys are getting a lot of tail on Grinder. So
Yeah.
they don't know what Grinder is.
Give us a bit of leche.
Okay, let's give us.
The three of us. The three of us.
The free. The free.
The free.
What am I, invisible?
Do you feel something like that?
Dave Junior Smile says you guys look like the Olsen twins, but flat-chested.
Thank you.
Well, one of them's flat-chested anyway.
Can I see my chest?
No, I don't.
He can do the movement.
No, I don't want to see that at all. All right, no, stop, please. That we've. Please,
Leche at 3.
Coco Bongo says this is absolutely necessary.
This is
Oh,
golden.
jeez. All right, can we get a leche and move on into
Of course, should I
some
just
big
do it on
football?
my own?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just give it on. Yeah, let's. Okay,
Your
here.
leche sucks.
Let's see those Bushbackers!
What's that?
I loved it.
I got it